Welcome to GameForward, sponsored by Lionbridge. I'm your host, DS Benbow. GameForward is a show created by game industry professionals for the game industry, where we identify trends, we discuss best practices, and we surface game industry issues with a view to improving the game experience not only for the end user, but for those who are actually creating the games. Our guest today is Peter Warman, CEO and co-founder of Newzoo, the international games market research firm. Long career in media spanning Reed Business and Europe's largest interactive agency, Lost Boys. Peter is a frequently sought after speaker on the games industry circuit, discussing business issues as it relates to the game industry. Welcome to the show, Peter.
Hi there. Thanks for having me.
Glad to have you here. Are you calling in from the Netherlands?
Yeah, indeed. We do have an office in San Francisco, but I work from the headquarters in Amsterdam, actually.
Can you talk a little bit about the genesis of Newzoo and kind of the breadth of customers that you have?
Yeah, sure. We recently had a discussion internally, and we think that you look at how our client base has grown in terms of breadth, so in terms of different markets, it's sort of an illustration of how games are impacting different industries now over time. You know, we used to work for the obvious game companies, the EAs, Xboxes of the world, and then all the media companies, Facebooks and Twitters. But now it also includes hardware companies, traditional media companies, event organizations, sports clubs, and large advertisers, you know, the Coca-Colas, Pizzas of this world. And I think that's a reflection of what we see happening in the market.
So when you talk about that breadth of customers, I'm reminded of a quote from you that is, "The future of games is the future of media." What does that mean?
Yeah, Denise is a favorite quote that I started using in keynotes that involved the biggest trends that are shaping our industry. And I truly believe that media, traditional media, digital media, and game companies are moving towards the same future, and that's a future where media is, you know, running entertainment IP. They have an interactive, digital interactive component, video component, live event component, and it's all about managing, entertaining a certain community and having a good mix of consumer revenues and advertising revenues. And I truly believe that that we're both moving towards the same future. And I think recent corporations, M&A activities, and things like esports, VR, AR are showing us that it's actually happening, and both are really moving towards the same future.
So can you talk a little bit about how social media is impacting gaming?
Social media, yeah, for sure. There's more angles that you can take. You know, a very straightforward one is there's almost any game out there is a multiplayer game and requires hundreds and thousands of millions to play the game, so you can be matched up with people of your own skill. It allows you to match up with friends, form teams. So there's an intrinsic social component in any game at the moment. So it's a natural that social networks are more or less integrated into games. And the other development coming from the social network side is that social network was set up as a collection of Facebook pages, you could say, profile pages, and then it would also allow you to publish some content on there. And as we have been able to publish more and rich content, this has changed, and the new generation, the millennials, they think content first. That they publish content on Instagram, Snapchat, Musical.ly, and they don't really care about profile pages and everything around it. It's all about creating content and sharing that, and that is the relationship with games is that games have always been a popular subject for content, especially video content. So it's not surprising that new corporations are starting between social media companies and gaming companies, and it's all about allowing consumers to create and share content.